Welcome back to the Ryan Jaro podcast. We are continuing on with the Geopolitical Weapons series, where we break down everyday tools that could be used as tools for global power and probably and sometimes oppression. Today's question might be around like science fiction or something, but it's already happening. And what are we going to talk about? The metaverse. Is it some kind of virtual reality or some virtual regime somewhere, somehow? Are authoritarian governments trying to control the metaverse? Before you understand what the hell is going on with it, let's find out. Now, let's start with the basics. What is a metaverse? A metaverse is like a giant 3D version of the internet. We are all used to the 2D, but the metaverse goes into 3 dimension. It's just like going into some sort of Google search, and then other than just looking at it, you are going into it, like through the screen. You might wear a headset or some sort of virtual glasses until you later realize you're in a virtual room, your hands are being tracked, your voice is captured, your eyes is followed, and everything you do, say, and act is recorded. Every blink, pause, hesitation, everything is recorded. And here is where it gets serious. This data is a goldmine for governments to track down, monitor, and influence people. So when I talk about the metaverse, this is not just video games or virtual concerts. Rather, we are talking about a new layer of human experience where it could be controlled or probably fall into wrong human hands. Now, let's talk about how authoritarian regimes could use the metaverse. Let's go to the People's Republic of China. Now, China has a massive surveillance network of over 500 million cameras, a digital IB system, and a so-called social credit score that rewards or punishes citizens based on their social behavior. Now, imagine putting all that aspects into the metaverse. In some Chinese schools, some kids wear headbands in school. Just that is to track their brain activity. They light up different colors depending on when or the attention span of the student in that class, whether they are focused on class or not. Basically, it can just emit any colors wherever you are sleeping or you are focused on the class. Now, put that sort of brain reading technology into some VR headset, and suddenly the state doesn't know what you say, it knows how you feel. They're experimenting with something known as emotional recognition software that kind of flags if somebody looks anxious or suspicious. They've also begun creating or building state-controlled metaverse spaces, that is, government avatars promoting or teaching patriotism, historical events rewritten in VR or virtual reality, and digital behavior that can influence your real-world rights. If you protest in VR, what can stop them from just knocking outside your door, like right now? Okay, maybe right now as is. Not only China, but also other regimes are watching. We have Russia, Iran, and North Korea. Now, these countries already censor the internet. Well, that's a fact. But they're now exploring how to replicate that in the spaces. This is not just any type of censorship, it is digital policing. If you say the wrong thing, your avatar might disappear. If you join the protest, you might be flagged by AI. Even if you're just angry, just because the food smells or tastes bad, you could be flagged by moderators immediately on the spot. So the metaverse isn't just a mirror of the real world. It can become or might become a stricter version of it. So what does it mean for ordinary people? Like, as I speak right now, even as we bring it closer home, right? Now, in the early tests of meta platforms, women were harassed within minutes of entering virtual reality spaces, that is via groping, insulting, or being mocked. Now, imagine if that happens with the metaverse, run by the government that says that you deserve it, whether you are a man, woman, or child. Now, imagine if you are a journalist in exile, you join a VR meeting to connect with other dissidents, but the room is bugged, your identity is traced, and your family, by the way, could be given a visit. Or picture a student in a virtual classroom where everything they say is recorded. Their score is based on facial expressions. their answers are judged by an AI system built by the state. This isn't some sort of conspiracy theory. These are prototypes already tested in China, Russia, and exported to other countries. If you're not careful, the metaverse could become some sort of digital dictatorship where one feels fun and futuristic, yes, but quietly limits everything we think, say, and feel. Well, can we stop this? The answer is yes, but you're still early. Of course, there's still some time to shape up the metaverse into something a bit better, something that is free for the common person. Now, some ideas there is probably it could be end-to-end encryption in virtual spaces, anonymity tools that protect identity. I don't know if VPNs can assist, I don't know, as well as global agreements, some sort of digital human rights that can ban a bit of surveillance in virtual environments, as well as open source platforms where power isn't centralized. Now, Europe or the European Union is working on the regulations to ensure that company cannot just collect your data without consent. And now the digital rights activists are pushing for something called the Metaverse Bill of Rights. Now, this is not just up to lawmakers, it's up to developers as well, designers, creators, and people like us to speak up, build alternatives, and ask the hard questions. So, is the metaverse just virtual reality, or it's becoming a virtual regime? Depends on who builds it, and who gets to control it, and who uses it. Because one of the most dangerous weapons today, they don't look like missiles or tanks. Sometimes they look like goggles, by the way. Thanks for listening to the podcast. If you've enjoyed watching or listening to wherever you're listening from, give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. We'll talk more later, but as of now, see you then.